Okay, guys. So listen. Apparently, Jaden did another thing. Listen. I feel like maybe Jaden didn't do anything, and a Cheetos may be looking for a video idea. And last time I gave him video ideas, and he used a couple of them, so that was cool. I forget which ones. I don't even know if it was because of me. It might have just been because he just randomly saw other people making them. I don't know. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. It's just the last time that they did talk about that one Fuzz 99, that trans person, and it was like nothing. So let's get this party started though.
Jaden, what are we gonna do with you? Like, seriously, I'm out of ideas. I really am. Like, I told
Are you talking too fast? I'm just gonna do this on normal speed.
you, hey, take a break from YouTube, take a break from the internet, you know, clear your mind, and come back once you've stabilized a bit. But that hasn't worked because you've returned, and you're not any better than you were back in December when I made those videos on you. So what is it gonna take for you to kind of just get back into reality? Because you show us every single—
Didn't you make like videos about like Jaden like last month? No? I don't know. Right? Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong about that? Or that Natty Forsyth person? Like the fucking pearl clutching bullshit about how they're like a pedo and they're really not, isn't there?
Single day that you're not existing and operating on the same mental playing field as the rest of us. Let me loop you guys in a little bit. So a few videos ago, I kind of passively mentioned that I'm using Twitter again. So I'm now seeing all of the little dramas and controversies that take place on Twitter, and I decide if they're good enough to make a video on. And take a wild guess as to who the star is today, who got themselves into a little bit of drama. It's Jaden, the J-ster, the J-station. Well, yeah, maybe not that. So Jaden is in a Twitter group chat, right? And somehow, some way, a screenshot gets taken within this group chat and gets posted to Twitter. Now, I don't support leaking private messages. You wouldn't like your private messages being leaked. I wouldn't like my private messages being leaked. You know, it's not unreasonable to request and expect privacy from those you interact with on the internet. But I guess the people in this group chat aren't actually friends of Jaden, or are not people that Jaden can trust, or vice versa. Because one way or another, right, this screenshot gets—
Well, does Jaden know that, or is it one of those things where people like will pretend to be somebody's friend just to be able to get information on them and kind of like bully them? Because that would be pretty shitty. I don't know what they said. It doesn't mean like if they said something bad, it doesn't mean that it's like okay. I'm just saying, you know.
leaked. So lesson number 1 has been learned, you know, keep your circle tight. In the words of Tyga, the rapper who can only make music for clubs, real friends are hard to come by. Keep your circle small and keep the real ones close. Jaden, some honest advice, considering how disliked you are by the internet, you gotta only be talking to the day ones, you know? Like, you should make a blood pact or something and only talk to the people that are in your blood pact. And like, I feel bad that your messages got leaked, but this has happened before. Like, there has been leaked screenshots of you saying the N-word, leaked screenshots of you saying, you know, pretty disgusting things.
Hey, all I gotta say is thank God I grew up before the computer was a real thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dude? Oh my Lanta. Oh my Lanta, bro. Holy moly. I've never said it before.
And you're an adult, so low-key kind of expected you to already have learned the lesson of trust who you're talking to. But anyway, the leaked screenshot of Jaden's DM basically—
I like how the criticism is like, you shouldn't— the criticism isn't like, you probably shouldn't say that. The criticism is like, you should trust— you make sure you can trust the people that you say the word around. Make sure you can trust people that you say the word around better. It's like, oh Jesus, that's some interesting advice. My advice, guys, try not to say the word. It is— I know this is a hot take. It's not a very nice, friendly word. Okay. All right. And you should try not to say it because it's not going to make you look good, but also it's just not the right thing to do, guys. Okay. I would never know. I've never said a bad word in my life. Ever. Okay. But I'm just my advice to you. All right.
He says this. It's a screenshot of a video by Sensitive Society, and Jaden says, would I be justified in just effing this dude's entire channel? He's made multiple videos on me. At this point, blatantly breaks YouTube's TOS on targeted harassment.
Listen, I don't know the TOS. Maybe that's true. I don't really know. Maybe that's true, or maybe it's not. But okay.
Now, I gotta say, Jaden, I can completely understand why you wouldn't want this to get leaked, because it just shows you contemplating whether or not you'd be justified in basically attacking an entire YouTuber's livelihood and trying to get their channel deleted. So since the—
Bye, baby, I love you. I know my wife's leaving. Well, okay. There's two things here. Obviously, you shouldn't tax somebody's money, right? But if Jaden actually thinks that this is TOS, okay, then like I understand where they're coming from. You can think that they're annoying and sensitive, but if they actually believe like I think this is the wrong, then what they would do is they would report it, and then if YouTube did nothing, then it's not TOS, right? That's it. So I don't really care about this. Like, who really cares? I wonder how Jaden will respond, and the way that Jaden's respond is just to not care and not respond, because it doesn't matter. Maybe make one Twitter response that's like, "Oh, I pooped and peed" or whatever, you know. But okay.
TOS on targeted harassment. Now, I gotta say, Jaden, I can completely understand why you wouldn't want this to get leaked, because it just shows you contemplating whether or not you'd be justified in basically attacking an entire YouTuber's livelihood and trying to get their channel deleted. So since the messages are Jaden contemplating whether or not effing this dude's channel would be appropriate or justified, I answered the question. I said, "Hey, Jaden." Okay, I can't lie, I was being a little passive-aggressive, but I said, "Hey, Jaden, here to answer your question. No, you would not be justified in your attempts to get his channel deleted and ruin his livelihood because you were criticized on the internet. Asking that question alone shows how delusional you are. Am I wrong? Someone, tell me I'm wrong, okay? Is Jaden contemplating whether or not..."
Well, okay, again, like, I think that it's probably too sensitive. Like, Jaden's done enough bad shit, especially since I think this sensitive society guy's black, and, like, Jaden has been pretty liberal with the usage of the pro-gamer word. So I could see why they might even be disproportionate, not even disproportionately, but more angry than, you know, let's see, like somebody who's on default settings, right? A white person. So I would say, like, you're being too sensitive. Like, take your criticism and just shut the fuck up and worry about yourself. But again, there would be a difference between, like, oh, should I engage in a mass targeting campaign versus, like, oh, should I report them and see if YouTube can bring it down? Right? Those are kind of two different things.
They should literally try to get someone's entire channel deleted because they were rightfully criticized by another YouTuber on the internet. Is that not insane? Like, you know, sensitive society, this is his job, right? You understand that by trying to get his channel deleted, or effed as you put it, you are in fact able to comprehend the significant impact that would have on his life, correct? You do understand that if you were successful in your endeavor to get his channel quote-unquote effed, you would quite literally be interfering with the dude's job security. Something that I'm willing to bet if happened to you would have a panic attack and live stream it. And later today, Jaden tweets on their private Twitter account, which, by the way, I'm, like, shocked that I'm not blocked on. I mean, obviously, you know, after this video drops, it's over. But Jaden tweets, "Almost went nuclear today, but I kept my cool, and I just need to keep keeping my cool. And all is well, and that's all I need to do to avoid 20 billion videos made on me."
That is growth, okay? But you don't need to express every thought in the world. The way that reads to me, if I'm being, like, pretty generous, which is probably the normal translation, is like Jaden is trying to work on themselves and they're feeling good about it and they want to say it to somebody for, like, what the fuck, dude? I'm getting hit, like, my balls. Oh my god. And what just wants a little assurance or, like, confirmation that they're doing the right thing, and I get that, which is normal. But they don't have the proper channels to do that, like a friend. Or I would say that, like, Jaden's trying to, like, gloat in some capacity. I think it's the first one. But it's like, you know, keep those to yourself. You know, keep personal growth moments to yourself. You know what I mean? For the most part. At least when it comes to this. Because, like, you know, this is like, oh, I almost fucking tried to terminate someone's channel. Which it probably wouldn't have even worked anyway. Because it doesn't really seem like you have a reason to be able to do that. But okay.
So it's not completely clear as to what this tweet is referencing, but because it's after that leaked screenshot, my guess is that Jaden was so seriously contemplating flagging Sensitive Society's channel and trying to get it deleted that sort of, like, overcoming and disregarding that ridiculous plan was somehow such a W that Jaden basically felt the need to tell everybody on Twitter that, you know what, I actually kept my cool. I didn't actually go through with, you know, trying to get anybody's channel deleted. Look at me. So I said, Jaden patting themselves on the back for not false flagging someone is crazy. And I'll acknowledge that the possibility of that tweet, the almost going nuclear tweet, you know, that may not be directly related to contemplating flagging Sensitive Society. It could have been something else, but even if they're not related, you still did contemplate to flag someone's channel. So if the "I almost went nuclear" tweet isn't about what you said in the group chat, then that's almost worse, because that implies that you could actually still be considering flagging Sensitive Society or trying to get his channel quote-unquote F. Anyways, because Jaden blocked me on their main account on Twitter, I wasn't able to see the response they gave until this morning when someone DM'd it to me. Jaden responded to my tweet by saying, "You never did post that video correcting the record after you accused me of supporting and being allies with P3 which Pac and Keem concluded was malicious of you to do."
That's fair, because you did, like, what is it called, pedo baiting or something? Yeah.
"You have no room to talk on ruining livelihoods after you basically slandered me and Natty." So Jaden is referring to the beef that happened in December.
They have a good point. Like, listen, not for nothing, but I think any reasonable person would have read that situation and gone like, okay, what this Natty person did was inappropriate, but they didn't realize the person was like that young and they were being like stupid, but they didn't like actually seriously sex them or anything. It was inappropriate and it's like a behavior that needs to be corrected, but there was no malicious intent. A lot of you guys, if I'm being charitable, a lot of you guys are dumb as shit and don't know what actual like pedophilia is, and you like fucking and you and that could be part of it. That could be it, because you know people on the internet are psychotic fucking animals. I think everything is rape and grooming. Or I could say that like, you know, you're doing it intentionally to try to like hurt this person. I don't know which one. At the very least though, you'd be like, yeah, we should. What was it called? Pedo jacking. So, like, yes, that is a good point. And I would say what you did was probably worse than what Jaden's trying to do, because Jaden couldn't actually get it done, but you guys did get it done. So.
Which got so big to the point where I ended up going on a podcast.
Wait, I left the window open all night. Is my car okay?
With Keemstar and Pat God. Feel free to go watch the podcast yourself. We just kind of talked about the entire drama. And Jaden is making the claim that apparently on the podcast, Keemstar and Pat God came to the conclusion that I was wrong to say that Jaden was friends with a P3 Jaden, that's not quite how I remember it, to be honest. So if you could show me a clip of that happening, I would love to see it. But even if Keemstar and Pat God both said, oh yeah, you shouldn't have said Jaden's friends with a P3 that's actually not accurate, then we're just getting lost in the wording, okay? Jaden is or was friends, I don't know if they're still friends, with a YouTuber who sexted a 12-year-old.
Yeah, no, right. So the situation, and I've looked into this like an annoying amount of times, okay? This is a person who, I think they were 18 or something, like talked to somebody, they thought they were 16 or some shit, didn't actually know how old they were, then they were like jokingly hitting on them in like a group chat setting. It was weird, uncomfortable, inappropriate. This isn't like a conversation about using the correct words, because technically a pedophile is somebody who engaged with somebody that's 13 and under, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's not about the diagnosis, it's about your prescription of the situation is wrong. Damn, I left the window. Wait, I left my fucking car window. My car's flooded. I'm gonna have a fucking smelly ass car, bro. That's upsetting. Yeah. So you have to understand that. Like this is something that people need to understand, is that you're having the wrong impact on the conversation about like this shit. Like everything nowadays is rape, pedophilia, grooming. Everybody's disproportionate on anything. It's a real problem that we have, and it's not just the fucking liberals that are doing it. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like some of the edgier people are doing it as well. It's not just like sensitive little fucking like 15-year-old non-binary people on TikTok. It's also people like this that like are like, that's not it. Right, and it's not a good contribution to the conversation. So,
full stop. That's inarguably true. Now, if you don't like me using the word P3 to describe that, okay, that's fine. But my conclusion being that he is a P3 is not slandering when it's based off of that fact that I just shared.
Well, is that a context fact? No, but like, okay, so then it's just like you don't really know what you're talking about, and you're not somebody that should really be having. You should really be weighing in on somebody who's a pedophile if you think that person's a fucking pedophile with knowing the situation. It kind of feels like to me you're sensationalizing it and trying to like say that person is that thing when they're not. You know, I would stay away from actual conversations about things that matter if you're going to say that that's some kind of like fucking pedophilic interaction, because you don't know what you're talking about. The most charitability is that you just don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah.
Whatever, either way, you completely dodged the point of my tweet. Like, you brought up something that happened back in December in response to you just now making an ass out of yourself. And it's like, at this point, you have to be living on another planet. How is me making a video criticizing you using factual information, how is that going after your economic security in the same sense as you literally getting Sensitive Society's channel reported to YouTube?
Yeah, again, like, what they're trying to do, from what it sounds like, is to report this Sensitive Society person, and if they weren't actually guilty, nothing would happen, so it wouldn't matter anyway, versus like you kind of being dishonest about somebody being a pedophile and which is going, or association with one, which will make people not like them as much and reduce their ability to make money. The logics. So
me making my video doesn't do anything to harm your source of income. Like, I'm not trying to get your channel deleted, but you, on the other hand, contemplated whether or not you would be justified in getting his channel deleted. You comparing contemplating getting someone's channel deleted to me making a video criticizing you is an insane comparison.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'd argue what you did was worse because yours was more effective. You guys have done a really good job at, like, falsely claiming somebody's a pedophile, and it's relentlessly obnoxious. Like, I would argue what you did was worse because the outcome was worse. Jaden wouldn't have been able to do anything because Jaden has no fucking power. It's just them, like, jerking themselves off thinking they could have done anything about anything there. So, like, yeah, I could argue what you did was worse because you were more effective at it. You know, if Jaden could falsely take somebody's channel down, then, like, hey, but if Brent Rivera can't do it, I don't think Jaden's going to be able to do it, okay? So, just saying.
Anyways, I figured because we have time in this video, let's check on what Jadyn is posting on YouTube nowadays. We did this back in December, and I wasn't very impressed with the content that I was seeing, so let's check on what's being posted now. But first, there was this video on their Twitter that I found.
Guys, help me! I'm an anime girl, guys! What happened? Oh my god! Wait, yo, does that mean I have... Oh my god.
This is a fully developed, grown adult. It's a crazy world we live in, but let's look at this video called Minx is Not Okay, because I think it's pretty ironic seeing Jadyn, of all people, diagnosing somebody as not being okay, so let's take a look.
Minx needs some serious help. Now,
I don't know much about Minx, but I would be willing to bet you probably need more help than her. I think you should take an entire year off the internet, honestly. Maybe go work at a Walmart or a Target. You know, you can stock the shelves with the new shipments of Feastables.
I've been critical of Minx in the past. I think that Minx has made a lot of mistakes and has done some things that just simply aren't okay.
Bro, how did you get a transgender assault rifle?
However, during the whole Adriana Lee's situation where she was in sort of like a manic episode and just said and did things that she shouldn't have done.
That Adriana Lee situation was so fucking weird to me, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't think I ended up posting about it because I think I got the, like, I think everybody confused, like, Slicker with, like, some other person, and I did too at the beginning. So when I waited on it, I was like, oh shit, I confused it too. What was it? Crazy Slick and Slicker, if I pulled it down. But that situation was always so bizarre to me. It was always such a bizarre situation. Like, I never understood, and I never really got to ask the questions, but it was, like, bizarre. I don't know, because that whole person, Adriana Lee's issue boiled down to, like, everybody was drunk at a party, and then she was passed out, and then that guy groped her, right? And but when she called her friend to confirm the story on her stream, he was like, well, yeah, he touched you in the chest area, and his argument was like, oh, I was doing it to check your pulse. And their argument, well, her argument was that, like, oh, he was trying to, like, sexually assault me. And I'm like, what if he was just really drunk too and actually thought he was doing a good thing, but he was a drunk idiot? Like, to me, it's more likely that he was actually doing that, like, he was drunk and an idiot, and that doesn't make it okay, but, like, I don't think that there was predatory intention. And then we find out that she did the same thing to another guy when she, like, they were drunk. She was, like, touching up on him, but she apologized, so I guess it was better. I was like, well, this whole thing doesn't add up very well. I don't know. That's just what I got out of it. So whatever, who cares?
She came out with an apology that I truly thought was genuine and sincere. However, since that apology, things have only continued to escalate and go downhill with Minx.
Bro, I can't be the only one who finds it morbidly ironic when Jadyn reports on people, you know, having careers that are going downhill. Oh, and this person had a mental breakdown. Oh, and this person really messed up. It's like, Jadyn, you find yourself in a new drama like once every week, and you lose that drama every single time. You can say whatever streamer, YouTuber you want, you know, their career is going downhill, but bro, you're like 0-50 in terms of winning YouTube dramas. And, like, that sounds kind of cringy to say, like, oh, how many YouTube drama wins do you have? Like, okay, fair enough. I'm not sitting here counting.
The major issue is there's a big cover-up. Yeah, that was, like, the claim that people stopped interacting with her because of that, which that might be true, you know. That part might be true. Maybe that was, like, the issue, is that, like, it didn't matter what that happened there. They were just like, okay, we shouldn't associate with this person anymore. Yeah, that makes sense if that was, like, the bigger issue. I don't remember all the specifics, so you might be right. That might have been, like, the primary focus of it was more about that. Yeah, true. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Counting my W's either, but you can't even put up one on the board. Half the time in these dramas, you're supposed to have the home team advantage, like you're getting exposed for something that happened in your own group chat. Like that can't happen. You're supposed to have knowledge of the native map. Like I'm pretty sure a big reason as to why the Americans won the Revolutionary War is because we had map knowledge, you know, we had the American advantage. We knew our surroundings. You're apparently friends with half the people that end up exposing you. How does this keep happening? Honestly though, I don't mind. Free content for me. Free content for the commentary community, and I think on that note, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you guys ended up enjoying this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Comment down.
All right, I think I'll watch Sensitive Society's video, and then I think because we got to see it through, my boy. But at this point, I feel like I'm kind of over this type of stuff,
guys.
Like it just seems so. It's just not for me anymore. You know, I'm not saying like I talk about more important things or anything, but there are things that I feel are more important that resonate a little more, other than like what's the weirdest trans person on Twitter doing today. You know, I don't know. Like I feel like this is not really that big of a deal, but let's finish it. Let's finish it out.
Guys, help me. I'm an anime girl, guys. What happened? Help me.
For one day and one day only, I am making this video in an old school type of way. You know, gameplay, just talking, because I am tired of this. I promise you guys. I know some of you are sick of me going back and forth with Jadyn, this other YouTuber. I just want everyone to know this. I am not trying to milk this, okay? It's fun, don't get me wrong. I wasn't even going to make a video about this until a fellow YouTuber, Cheeto, made a video about this situation. I was just gonna leave it at that. I was like, you know what? No more. But the more I thought about it, I was like, holy shit, this guy wanted me banned. This person wanted my whole channel to be terminated because I made a few jokes about him. So yesterday I came back to Twitter, as some of you may have known. This is the first time in about 2 years that I'm back on Twitter, and my first day back, I'm already involved with some drama. So a few people in this group chat leaked DMs that Jadyn sent. This is literally just harassment at this point. Then he says, would I be justified in fucking this dude's entire channel? He's made multiple videos on me. At this point, blatantly breaks YouTube TOS on targeted harassment. You giving them a reaction is what people want. Sensitive Society, he's a piece of shit gifter. Like, these people want me to kill myself. Jadyn thought these people were his friends, and they just ended up leaking the whole conversation. There's a lot more to this, but I'm just gonna focus on me because I'm selfish and egotistical and I'm a horrible person. Jadyn continues, a flag isn't illegal. It's copyright that's against TOS. But yeah, as much as I think I may have a valid claim, I don't want to get into that shit again. Just annoying how people can post false shit and spread narrative with no pushback. This person says that I'm quote unquote targeting, harassing them when I make copyright that
a flag isn't illegal. A copyright that's against US. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, what's happening? Like we already said, like Jadyn thinks that they might have like a valid reason to get somebody banned or whatever, and they would report it. But you know, obviously, if it wasn't valid, it just wouldn't go through. So it doesn't really matter. I don't think it's that big of a deal. They thought that they could do something that they just obviously are wrong about. Oh, that's pretty much it. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Those false shit and spread narrative with no pushback. This person says that I'm quote unquote targeting, harassing them when I made 4 or 5 videos about them. Some of them are me responding to him, so I don't think those count when we went back and forth. Yeah. So let's stop with the cap. Stop pointing fingers and be like, no, look.
Part of the thing is probably Jadyn probably doesn't like that, like, because you're obviously constantly like misgendering the person, which I know you probably don't care about. That's fine, but that's probably part of the harassment, I guess. It's like but okay.
He's a bully. He's targeting me. He wants me dead. He wants me to kill myself. I don't want Jadyn to die. I want Jadyn to have a long life, a successful life. I want his channel to be relevant again. I don't want Jadyn to die. I don't want anyone to fucking die. They're just YouTube videos. They're not that serious, dude. They're just videos. For this person to even be considering striking my channel is fucking insane. And
yeah, like now it sounds like you're saying that they're pro clutching, which is probably true. Like it sounds like they're being too sensitive. So for sure.
I love how Jadyn's already coming up with how they're gonna do it. A flag isn't illegal, it's copyrighted, blah blah blah. But if my channel goes down, hell, if that video goes down because I get a claim, what I will do is completely appeal that, and I have no problem taking Jalen to court. Why? Because
well, it doesn't sound like they were doing a copyright claim. It sounded like they were just flagging the account for like bullying and harassment. So if your channel, if they flagged you for bullying and harassment and they took down your whole channel, then you probably did it. But frankly, I don't think that they would be a valid claim, probably. So it wouldn't have mattered. But okay.
They're messing with my job. They're messing with how I made my money. Yes, I still go to school. I'm like less than a year from graduating. I would absolutely make sure I leave Jadyn bankrupt because I'm not playing around and I'm not trying to sound tough over here. Because number one,
yeah, but it wouldn't matter because again, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but it sounded like they were talking about flagging your channel for harassment, not for copyright strike, because they're like a false flag, or maybe they were. I don't know, but whatever. Fuck, god damn it. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but okay. Because I don't know what you'd sue for at that point.
It will be false. I will make sure you can't pay for your treatments anymore. I'll be sure they kick you out of your new apartment. There's a lot of creators I don't like, but I would never go out of their way to strike any one of their videos. That's how you respond to criticism. You respond to criticism by making a fucking reply video, by saying, no, you're wrong, and this is why, you fucking stupid Mexican. That's what you do. That's what you say. You don't go around telling people, you know what? I'm gonna take his channel down. Like, that's the worst thing you can do. And then someone shared these screenshots from Jaden's private Twitter account. Been up for 24 hours now, dealing with another targeted attack from the commentary community. This is so great. How do you think Jaden responds to all of this? The day of reckoning will come. It's like, what the fuck? You know, this was March 1st, and almost 2 weeks later, Jaden is still thinking about it and talking about it. It's like, dude, move the fuck on. It shocks me that there's people who are willing to be like, yeah, let's terminate sensitive society. Let's take away his income. Let's take away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from his bank account because he made a video about me. By that logic, I think Dream should be free to take down Jaden's whole channel, considering Jaden's made like 60 Dream videos. Like I said, I came back to Twitter, so I responded with this. If I go missing, Jaden is to blame. Remember that. The reason why I even know about this situation is because a Cheeto brought it to me, so shout out to him. If my video goes down, I will not stop until you're jobless and have to beg for money. I will be sure to sue you for the $30 you have in your bank account. I was really upset about the fact that this guy who I made a video on, and he's made videos on me, I just got pissed at the fact that this guy even thought about taking the whole channel down. I love doing YouTube, and it's a job at the end of the day, and it's something that I enjoy doing, and I love making videos. So the fact that someone was trying to take that away from me kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. And then Jaden did respond to me. I will never report a single one of your videos. And then they show their flagging history. Hopefully this isn't edited. Hopefully this is actually the real flagging history and nothing has been edited. I responded with a simple thank you. I just want to move on from this, but when someone threatens your whole fucking channel, I think it excuses a fucking video. I was gonna make a video about Sneeko and about Penguin Zero, and I was gonna make the part 2. I have it ready. Well, not ready. It's like 50% done. The Tofia Chu part 2 because some crazy shit went down, and I got the mini lad video in the works. Like I got like 4 or 5 different projects that I'm actively doing out here.
Hey guys, you gotta love the lol cow bullying. Am I right? It's just a weird. What a weird thing. Oh, dude. Never mind. It's fucking getting.
It always pops up, and I just love that on the day I come back, I just get into beef. It sucks that there's people out there who are like, yeah, I don't like him, so I'm gonna think about fucking his whole career up. Listen, I don't like Jalen one bit, but just because I don't doesn't mean I will go out of my way and strike all of the videos they have. I'm not gonna go out of my way to ruin.
Well, again, if they actually think that what you're doing is against TOS, it doesn't make them right, but it means that like their intention is like, hey, I actually think that you're bullying me, and I would report it. They're not gonna be able to do much else outside of that, but. Okay, I don't think it's that deep, but whatever. I mean, this whole fucking, I don't even know.
Jaden doesn't even have a university title. It would just be horrible. But if it came to that, if I got a false copyright claim from Jalen or anyone, I am more than willing to take this to the court, and I'll laugh my way to the bank with the copyright claim removed and knowing that I left someone homeless. And on top of that, with the money they're gonna pay me. Copyright claiming and striking someone falsely is no joke. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. Sorry I had to make the 25,000 Jalen video. But once again, when someone's threatening you the way you make your money, of course you're gonna fucking respond. But with that said, thank you so much for watching.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.